Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and the whole administration, shockingly unpopular. I mean, shockingly unpopular. Joe Biden's approval rating is at 37.8%. 59% disapprove. Domes came in actually lower. I don't even know how that's possible. She doesn't even do anything at 27%. And 64% of the people said they don't want Joe Biden running again. Now, let's clarify something. Joe Biden is a politician. He's been a politician for about 9,000 years. So is Dome. They're politicians. They get elected. People go in and they vote for them, or choose not to vote for them. So if you're somebody whose job it is, I realize they have more important jobs they should be doing, but in their minds at least, their job is to be popular. At least be popular with 51% of the people. That keeps getting you sent back to office. You're unpopular with 60%, right around 60%, you're toast. Now, my job, by the grace of God, is not to get votes. I am allowed by the first, thankful to them, to sit here in front of the camera every single night and say to you whatever I want to say to you. So you're a person who has options. Hold on, I'm going somewhere with this. There are a million viewing options out there, right? I'm not naive. You get 1,000 different channels, on demand, everything. You could be watching on your phone, anything you want. You have options of things you could be doing right now. You are choosing to watch me. That means I get to sit in this chair as long as I am interesting enough that you make that choice. I have a job. My job is to be interesting. You have to want to watch. So if a poll came out and it showed the vast majority of people don't find me interesting, I would be a little concerned. I'd have to start wearing beer hats or something on the show. I don't know. We have to come up with something. Their job is to be popular with 51% of the people, and everyone hates them. So in a real world, in a normal world, you would think they'd be having panicky meetings right now on how can we get more popular? What can we do? How can we reach out to the American people and make sure that we're connecting with a 50% or a greater percentage of them, right? Those are the meetings you would think they'd be having. Instead, Joe Biden is standing up in front of everybody and telling everyone how stupid they are.
Why is the price of agricultural products, when I go to the store, why is it higher? Like, for example, if we were all going out and having lunch together and I said, let's ask whoever's in the next table, no matter what restaurant we're in, have them explain the supply chain to us. Think they'd understand what we're talking about? Worried. They're worried. And so all I can say is what I'm going to try to do is explain to the American people as best I can. And by the way, you all write for a living. I haven't seen any one of you explain the supply chain very well. No, I'm not being critical. I'm being deadly earnest. When your editor says, explain the supply chain. Okay? Lots of luck in your senior years, my coach used to say. But I sincerely mean it. This is a confusing time.
Isn't it so weird he's the president? But all right, let's set that aside. Yeah, you're just too stupid to understand supply chains. And the media people, why aren't you writing about it? Okay, it doesn't sound like a man who's trying to win back popularity points. So let's just pause on this for just a moment. Just put that in your back pocket. Let's move on to this cash payments for illegal immigrants thing. I remember, I think it was last week it came out. I think it was Wall Street Journal who broke it. Somebody came out and said, we're hearing from the administration they're going to start stroking $450,000 checks to illegal immigrants who were separated at the border under Donald Trump. Well, at first, Joe Biden was asked about it and said, no, that's ridiculous.
Your administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million per family.
But it's not true.
So this is a garbage report.
Yeah.
Okay. So
$450,000 per person. Is that what you're saying?
That was separated from a family member at the border under the last administration.
That's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. But apparently someone sat down with Joe And now he's yelling at you for even questioning the morality of it.
You said last week that this report about migrant families at the border getting payments was garbage.
No, I didn't say that. Let's
said
get it straight. You said everybody coming across the border gets $450,000.
The number was what you had a
The
problem
number
with.
I was referring to.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing.
Sure.
If in fact, because of the outrageous behavior of the last administration, you coming across the border, whether it was legal or illegal, and you lost your child, it's gone, you deserve some kind of compensation, no matter what the circumstance.
Okay, so we're going to be paying people large sums of money to come here illegally? Let's go back to what we were talking about in the beginning. This is a wildly, wildly unpopular administration. Wildly unpopular. And in response to being wildly unpopular, they are lecturing you about how stupid you are and also talking about massive cash payments to illegal immigrants. Now, I understand everybody in the country isn't as far to the right as I am. Those are wildly unpopular positions to take with virtually everybody. You take one of these independents who goes back and forth and ask them whether we should be paying large sums of money to illegal immigrants and whether they like being talked down to by the president. They're all going to go against that. So back to what I was referencing at the beginning. I'm getting a little bit worried because this administration doesn't seem to act like they have anything to lose. And it's concerning me. They're taking every bad thing people hate and they're doubling down and tripling down on it. And remember, we're coming fresh off of a really rough Tuesday for Democrats, not just in Virginia, nationally. New York, New Jersey, Montana, Ohio, it was nationwide. There's some eye-opening stuff happened. You'd think they'd be gathering around and changing direction. They're not changing direction. They're picking up speed. And I'm starting to get a little bit concerned. And let me tell you why. Joe Biden is not running this administration. We know that. He doesn't have the strength to do it. I mean, listen to Joe Biden right here. Listen to the President of the United States of America right here.
You know, one moment at a time. I'm going to get in real trouble. This is the last question I'm taking. You can decide who I'm pointing to.
I'm going to get in trouble? I'm going to get in real trouble? The commander-in-chief is going to get in real trouble? He's not in charge. He's not in charge. And we know we have enough rumors now that Jill is pretty much in charge, and Ron Klain, White House Chief of Staff, is in charge, and Susan Rice, they're in charge. Well, here's the problem with that, and this explains, I think, why they act like they have nothing to lose. They don't. Remember, the system takes care of its own. It's all one system. They all believe the same thing now. Corporate America, the media, university system, Hollywood, they all believe the same thing, so they all just bounce back and forth to various parts of the system to pillage the system. What's that mean? Let's take Ron Klain, for example. Ron Klain, White House Chief of Staff, Ron Klain. Why would he be pushing so hard for all these crazy communist things people don't like? It doesn't make sense. Does he want to be a one-term Chief of Staff? What's wrong? Why would he care? He probably is in the middle of taking a significant pay cut as White House Chief of Staff. You see, the second Joe Biden's presidency ends, whether that be next year, 2024, 2028, oh, who are we kidding? It won't be that long. But a second Joe Biden's presidency ends, Ron Klain doesn't get tossed out to live in a homeless shelter and try to share some soup with some people. Ron Klain walks right out of the White House and right onto a university campus where he'll make $50,000 a speech. He walks into Wall Street where he'll make more than that per speech. He'll go get a cable news gig with CNN, bring in $500,000 a year. You see, they're not falling down when they get out of the White House. They're falling up. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe, You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.